just in case anybody wants to watch it back. So, okay, so are y'all ready? Let us get to work. I am super excited to do this, and I intentionally, like, I did a lot of my power hour today, and I'm really not even calling it a power hour because, like, really and truly, I feel like that, yes, we can do this in an hour, like the very basic part of this business, we can do it in an hour. But I know that working this business takes typically more than an hour a day. I will say that when I was a brand new coach, that I literally worked this business in like the 15-minute pockets of my day, because when I started, I was a full-time teacher. I started as a coach in August, which was crazy because that's when I went back to school. But that's when that's when I was invited. That's when I just decided to go for it. And so I literally started my business at the beginning of my school year. So you can imagine how stressful that was for me to be going back to school. I was already upset about having to leave my kids again that summer and starting this new business. And I can't honestly tell you that when I started my business that I had these big goals of like quitting my full-time job or anything like that. I just knew that I love challenge groups. I knew that I really wanted to make Shakeology stick. And the only way I was going to do it is that I could actually get paid for drinking it. And so like I joined my first Coach University and I did what my coach told me to do every single day. I launched that coach announcement, and guys, it wasn't like people just started running to me to join my challenge group. Like, I don't want you to think about that. That is what happened for me. I started at ground zero with about 150 friends on Facebook, which is not a lot, and like very few. I don't even know how many people on Instagram because I didn't really even use it. I was definitely that coach who just posted pictures of my kids every now and then. Like, I was not a selfie poster. I didn't know how to take a selfie. And I'm telling you all this because I want you to hear my story, and I want you to understand that success in this business does not come to certain people. It does, I guess, essentially, but it comes to the people who are willing to just work every single day, for the people who are willing to do what we are about to do tonight in this hour. And I'm going to try to keep it to an hour. I can go longer if you guys need me to or have questions. But success in this business is literally, it comes from doing a number of little things right. And I was reading this book. I pulled out this book. This was the first book that I read as a brand new coach. I actually listened to it in my car on a CD player. And it is just like my favorite. And I went back to it. I actually bought the hard copy and I went back to it. And he has so many good nuggets in this book, but it's just all about, it's called The Slight Edge. And that means that, you know, like really and truly the people that succeed at anything, that people that do something well, are the people who are willing to actually put the work in every single day and give just a teeny bit more than the day before. And there's a quote in here that says, there's a natural progression to everything in life: plant, cultivate, and harvest. And so you have got to look at your power hour as a coach as really that planting and that cultivating that is happening in your business. You're planting seeds with your posts, with your conversations. You're cultivating relationships through asking people questions or creating engagement in your posts and responding to people. And you're reaping the harvest when people start to trust you, when they start to lean in and say, hey, this girl's not going anywhere. Is that a song? That's like a Lauren Daigle song. And this girl's not going anywhere, and she's having success, and she's sticking with it, and maybe I can do it too. And so you really can't, honestly, guys, my view of this business is that you cannot lose in this business if you do it right. You either get healthy and fit, or you get healthy and fit and you build a business. So when we look at it that way, like this work that we're about to do tonight does not have to be scary. It doesn't have to be overwhelming. It's just us sharing our story of what this company has to offer and offering it to other people. And so like I said in my post tonight that, you know, like I can't help whenever I'm inviting people to a challenge group, I know I'm not going to be the person that makes them get healthy and fit. That does not fall on my shoulders, but by golly, I can share with them what has worked for me. I can share with them the systems that have changed my life. I can share with them about Shakeology and how it's made me healthier. I can share with them what I do in my challenge groups, and it's their job ultimately to take it and run with it and see the results. But I get to be the cheerleader. And so like when I remove that pressure from myself, because I remember as a new coach, like, I'm going to invite this person to a challenge group and I'm not even running it. Like, or whenever it was time for me to run my own challenge group, I can remember thinking, oh my gosh, this person is going to say yes, and I don't even know how to run a challenge group. But those are all fears that you just have to work through, and you take them one day at a time. All right. And so I want to just say all that to really encourage you guys. So where do you start? Where do I start every single day with my business? I absolutely wake up and I have to evaluate, like, one, what are my goals? What do I want to accomplish today? What do I want to accomplish this week? And I want you guys to be thinking about this, because before we get off, I want you to share what your goals are for this week. And I'm going to write them down, and I'm going to just ask you next week, did you hit that goal? So that's what accountability is. And guys, like, if I don't share my goals with people, I don't go after them. So I want to hold you accountable in that way. And so I get up every day and I say, what are my goals? How do I get there? Have I shared a call to action post lately or in my stories? Have I shared a content that's going to generate conversations with people? And I have this saying that I think I heard it in a personal development book, but if our mouth is closed, then our business is closed. And so whenever I get up every single day, I think about, where am I at in my business? Am I at Success Club? Did I start a bunch of conversations yesterday I need to follow up with? Did I make a Transformation Tuesday post last night and I need to go message those people and see who responded? And I make a list. I literally start every single day with a list. And really, we have a list. This is our business activity tracker. It's a list of what to do. And then this thing is really, really helpful to me, even lately when I've been so frazzled and just kind of busy. And so I don't ever wake up and just kind of say, okay, I don't know what to do today in my business. I always know exactly what to do. And the actions that I take are based on my goals. So right now, I told you guys, like, I felt like I would have, like, I mean, I do have a lot of people who said they were going to sign up. So far, 2 people have signed up. I think I might be at Success Club 5 now. I haven't checked, honestly. But I have to hit Success Club 5. That's my #1 goal. For me, honestly, it's Success Club 10, because I've done it for so long, and I'm not going to break that streak. And so my goals, if I'm gonna help people get enrolled in my challenge groups, I have to be talking about it, right? Like, I know that every single week I need to make at least 2 call to action posts. I was honestly making a lot more, and I kind of started to feel a little bit icky. And so I've gone back to, like, posting, like, value, and then ask. That means, like, share entertainment, something entertaining, something inspirational, something educational in my post without asking for something. But, like, every 4th post, I'm going to do an ask. That means it's going to be a call to action. Join my team, join my tribe, join my challenge group, something like that, okay? And so I feel like that is healthy, value-added content for me, because my goal is not just to invite people to something and hit Success Club. My goal is to share my story in a way that inspires people, in a way that encourages people, to share more than just the fitness aspect of my life. Because if I'm only sharing one part of my life, then I'm not connecting with people in a way that enables them to trust me. All right, so that's why we tell you guys, come up with 5 things. What are 5 things about you that make you unique, that set you apart, that really define who you are? For me, that's my faith. That's my family. I'm a boy mom. We love to travel. I like to cook. We like to have fun. We go to the movies and things like that. And so, like, those are just some things that I like to talk about. So it's not just all health and fitness. Another thing that I aim to do every single day in my stories and in my posts is to give people an opportunity to engage with me. So I am not just making a post, and this is something that I've really had to practice and learn over time. I am not just making a post about health and fitness. I am never just making a post about being a boy mom. I am always making a post that tells my story, that brings people into my life, that I want them to feel like they have a glimpse straight into what my life is like. And typically, guys, if you read my posts, I ask a question, right? And it's not always like, will you join my challenge group? It might be like, boy mamas, can you relate? I always give people some type of opportunity to to engage with me. And by doing that, by creating engagement, that brings people back to my feed. That lets them feel like they are starting a relationship with me. That enables me to start a relationship with them. So if you go look at my posts, I've been very intentional about this, and my engagement has gone way up in my posts. And I want you guys to not study my posts so that you can feel like you have to copy them or compare, but just look at the approach that I'm taking. I'm telling a story. I'm asking a question, so often unrelated to fitness or health, and then I am engaging with everybody who comments or likes on my posts, because this is the way I look at social media. Somebody said this, I can't remember who said it, but when somebody likes your post or they comment or they even view your stories, you have to consider that as like, if you're face to face with them, they just made eye contact with you. If somebody makes eye contact with you face to face, what do we typically do? We talk to them, right? And so that's what social media is. It is a place to be social, and we don't have to be shy about talking to people about what it is that we do. We're starting conversations if we're putting out good content. And so like, I'm going through this Jenna Kutcher training, and she talks a lot about, before you post, before you make a story, ask yourself, why does this post matter? What does this post help me accomplish? Does it meet my goal of inspiring people, of educating people, of encouraging people? Is it a call to action post? What am I inviting to? Every post has to have a purpose. Simon Sinek says, people don't care that you work out or that you do something. They want to know why you do it. So if you are making a call to action post, or if you're posting about dinner that you made for your family, or you're posting about like some clothes that you're picking out for a retreat you're going to, why does this post matter? What does it mean to you, and why is it going to matter to the people that are reading it? All right. So that is really important in making sure every single day that you're creating opportunities to engage with people, sharing your story, sharing the services that you provide, inviting people, but also just adding a ton of value and encouragement so they'll want to come back to your page. Also, when you sit down to do your work, guys, this is really important. You have to make sure that you are doing income producing activities, because I cannot tell you how often that I have sat down to do my power hour and I end up scrolling through social media. I end up shopping. No lie. Like, I end up shopping online. I end up watching tons of stories and not doing my work. I go into my Coach Online office and I check it and I refresh it over and over and over. Those are not income producing activities. The things that are on this sheet are income producing activities. That means that you are creating posts, you are inviting people, you are following up with people, you are creating stories, and that you are inviting people or adding some kind of contribution to your challenge groups, okay? Those are things that are going to bring us closer to our goals. So I'm going to show you right now. I'm going to go ahead and jump into what I do is, as you know, during my power hour, during my power pockets, whatever you want to call them. But the first thing that we have to do if we're going to reach new people, I hear it all the time from coaches, I just don't know who to invite today. I've run out of people to invite. So if you're growing your market, you will never, ever, ever have that excuse. You will never run out of people to invite to. And this is the easiest, the most simple part of what I do every single day. I either add friends on Facebook, you know, Facebook suggests that you add friends, or I follow people on Instagram. All right. So how do I do that? And I want y'all to do this with me. Okay. So let's go to Facebook first. And I'm just going to tell you, like, because I've been doing this so long, when I was brand new, I had 150 friends, right? So there were tons and tons of people that Facebook suggested that I be friends with. Now, I still get lots of suggestions, but now I have to be a little bit more selective. But one of the easiest ways, oh, look at Sherry. That's awesome. Brittany, are you on here? Sherry Bomer. posted her coach announcement. But one of the easiest ways for me to find people, because I want to look for people, not just anybody to follow me, right? I want to look for people who are part of my niche, who would connect with my story. So that would be like moms, you know, usually moms, obviously they don't have to be boy moms, but people of faith, women who work, you know, that type of thing. And so one of the easiest things for me to do is to go to somebody else's page. So I always use this as an example. If I go to my college roommates page, we're very much alike. She's from Ohio. She's lived in California. She now lives in Texas. So we don't have a lot of friends in common. And she is a coach. She's a discount coach, but she's not a working coach and doesn't want to be. So I can go to her page. Her name is Ashley. Let's see. And I can go to her most recent post, and she typically only posts about her kids. And she usually gets a lot of likes when she does that. And I can go to one of her recent posts that has more likes, and I can click on and see who liked that post, all right? When I click to see who liked that post, I can look at these people. And again, we don't have a ton of friends in common, but I look to see what like her friends are like, and typically they're going to be like me because we have a lot in common. And I will just go through and I will click, like add 5 friends. All right. So you guys do this with me now, or you can just add friends who are suggested to you on Facebook. It doesn't matter, but we have to be growing the number of eyeballs that see our post, right? And that is so simple to do. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to get out my tracker. You can track this anywhere, but I typically do it like when I was a new coach, I did it on the back. And I will honestly, I don't write their name down until they follow me back. If they accept my friend request or they follow me back, that's when I write their name down. So I just keep up with that, all right? So on Instagram, what I'm going to do is on Instagram, you can go down to the homepage and you go to the search bar, and you can do the same thing. Honestly, on Instagram, you can go to somebody's page. I'll do the same thing. I'll go to Ashley's. I'll go to her page, and because we're going to have different people on Instagram than we are on Facebook. And so that is, actually, I'm going to go to Jen's page. Jen LaBar is another girl I went to college with. And so I'm going to find a post of hers, and I'm going to go through. We literally have like no friends in common. So there's like 33 people I can add as friends. I think on Instagram, like if you follow more than like 40 people in an hour, they flag you. So like you keep it small. Doesn't matter. But I'm just going to go through here, and I'm going to friend Melissa, Heather, John. No, not John. He's a boy. Sarah, I know her. Let's see. Tyler, Ann, Charlene, Cindy. Okay. See, I just grew my market by like 10 or 20 people. All right. And so when they follow me back, I'm going to write their name down. All right. Super simple. I always aim to add like 10 friends on Facebook every day and follow at least, honestly, my numbers on Instagram, I aim to follow like 20 to 30 people a day. All right. Because that's mainly where I'm growing my market. And so you'll get a notification. If they follow you back, you just write their name down, and that's somebody that you can start to build a relationship with next week. All right. And so now the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my last post that I made. All right. If we're doing call to action posts, or even if it's not a call to action post, you can still engage with the people who are commenting and liking on those posts. And honestly, if you guys are paying attention to this, you see that there are certain eyeballs that are on all of your posts or on all of your stories, right? And so those people who are consistently coming and liking your content or watching your content, guys, that's a wide open door for you to start a conversation with those people. All right. So I'm going to go back to my post from, let's see, I'm going to go to my post from this morning that was about coaching. I had a few people comment on it. I had some people who liked it. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the people who have been consistently commenting and liking, and I'm going to say, hey, girl, actually watch this. I'm going to show you what I'm about to do. I'm about to make a video message to send to this girl who is liking and watching my stuff. I look really rough, but that's what filters are for, right? And so this is what I'm going to do. I'm doing this live time, okay? Hey, Paige, I noticed that you have been following my posts, and I just really wanted to say thank you, first of all, for following me, and I hope that I encourage you. If you have any health and fitness goals you want some help with, I would love to chat and just help you reach those, okay? Bye. Okay, that's all I did. So I'm gonna swipe my filter so I don't look like death, and I send her a message straight through Instagram Messenger. Super simple. And that's awkward to do at first, but you just do it and you send it, and people love to hear your voice and connect with you. And there's no better way than through seeing your face and hearing your voice. All right. So another thing that I would do, I may not always send a video message. That girl was pregnant. I should say, let's see, I know you're pregnant. Let's see. So cute. May not be able to start something now. Hold on. Should have looked at her page first. I always look at their page. But wanted to encourage you. Heart. Okay? So that wasn't icky. I didn't say, hey, do you want to join a challenge group and buy something? I just said, hey, thanks for watching me. I see you're watching me. If you need any encouragement or help, I would love to help you. So I'm going to go to this other girl who is, everybody's pregnant. Why is everybody pregnant? How am I attracting pregnant people? Let's see. Let's find somebody else. Hannah, she's joining this week. Jessica. And obviously I look to see their page. If they're coaches, I don't connect with them because they already have their own thing going on. Confident Mama. She's cute. Mama's confident in our messy humor always. Okay. I'm going to follow them and I'm going to send her a message. It looks like it might be a company, but I'm still going to send a message. Hey, girl, thanks for, actually, in Instagram, I have this message that's auto-saved. Now in Instagram Messenger, you can click on the 3 dots and you can actually create messages that you send over and over. And so I have this one that says, thanks so much for following my account. How did you find me? Do you follow me for business, fitness, my little family? I would love to connect, hear from you and connect. Rachel. And so I'm just going to send that. That's all I do. And it's not icky. It's not like, it's not anything crazy. It's not like, hey, do you want to sell stuff with me? It's just, hey, thanks for following my page. Thanks for following my posts. I hope my story inspires you. I'd love to connect with you some way, right? And so I'm going to do that with like 4 or 5 people that are just following me, all right? And so let me find a couple others. And if you're posting regularly, guys, this is where the content matters. Not everybody's going to drop a heart or say, hey, I want to join your group or message you, but they're watching you and they're hearing your story. And if you stop posting, then your business stops, all right? I personally am of the belief that yes, we have to be inviting behind the scenes. We have to be talking to people every single day one-on-one. But if we're not posting the content to back up those conversations or to start those conversations, then we don't have a business. So if you're not posting, then you don't have a way to start conversations or to build credibility for the invitations that you're sending out. Because think about how many people have invited you to sell Rodan and Fields and like a month later they're gone. Right? We are not going to be those people. We are those people that have committed, 1, to our health and fitness, and 2, we have committed to helping other people. And if we don't keep showing up, then we're not able to help anyone, especially ourselves. And so content matters. All right. So I'm going to go message a couple other people. Let's see. She does skincare. I don't know what that is.
So I have a question.
Make sure she's not a coach. All right, so I'm going to message her that same message. I already got it saved. Thanks so much for following my account. I would love to connect with you. Boom. Okay. So I don't take a lot of time. I mean, I will connect personally over some things, but I don't spend a lot of time like scrolling and trying to figure out what to say. Like, just connect. If they're following you for a reason. Just say thank you and why do you follow me? I'd love to chat with you. It opens the door to start a conversation with people. All right. So that is just, are y'all doing this with me? Are you doing this with me? Come on. Let's work. And so that's what I do. And so that's how I help people. Let's see. Sam says, I really just started posting again. Should I invite those people who loved my post today? Did you post about what you're doing? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, or I would just say one thing that I really love to say, and I'm going to type it in here, is, hey girl, thanks so much for the love on my posts. or if they're watching your stories, thanks so much for watching my stories. It's not always easy to share, but I know that there are gals out there like you who, let's see, who support me, and it makes it worth doing. Do you have, let's say, do you have, I might say, do you have any health and fitness goals, or just sharing the love? Okay, so that's what sometimes I would say. And now if they're liking every single day and watching every single one of your stories, I'd be like, hey girl, I see you watching me. Like, you want to get started in my boot camp, right? I'm pretty direct sometimes. And so now I'm going to go to my stories, and I'm going to look at who has been watching my stories over and over. And so on your stories, if you click on the little faces down there on the bottom, it will pull up who is watching your stories, okay? And if you, stories are only there 24 hours. And so if you want to go back like to yesterday or the day before, if you click on your profile, so this is my profile with my grid, up in the top left is a little arrow, little thing with the arrow around it, and it pulls up all your stories, your archive of your stories, okay, from way back when. And you can go back and you can look and see who has been consistently following you and liking you, and liking your stuff. And so let's see. I'm going to go back to my workout selfies from yesterday. So that's a lot of people. So for what I'm looking for is I'm looking for new people, especially. I see a lot of people who've been following me. So somebody who, let's see. Let me find somebody. And I'm basically going to send the same thing, only a little differently. I'm just going to say, hey, thanks for watching my stories, right? Let's see. Just a minute. Okay, let me go back. I gotta find somebody new that I haven't talked to. Angie, she's not a coach. So just look around. Okay. Some people, I have to look, I get a lot of coaches who follow me too. So I'm looking for people who aren't coaches. She's cute. Okay. All right. Or I'm just sending messages. Thanks so much for watching my stories. How'd you find me? Hope my story inspires you in some way. And this is just a connection message. Okay. All right. So I'm going to send that to like 4 or 5 people who are watching my stories. And super simple. Super easy. Some people respond back, some people don't, some people keep watching, and then later they end up like voting on a poll or commenting on your post, but just starting a conversation goes a really, really long way with some people, all right? And so that is all we're doing. We're building connections, we're building relationships, we're leading by example, and we are just inviting people to join our journey who are already engaging with us by watching our posts, right? It's really not as complicated as we make it seem. So every single day, this is what I do. This is somebody, let's see, she didn't follow me back. Let's see. Do you have any questions while I'm doing this? Okay, Patty. I'm looking for a couple other people to message. Amanda. See. Girl. How you doing? On here sometimes and wondered how you were. Okay. All right. Somebody gonna say something? Do you have your Instagram account as a business account? I do, Brooke. And there's like a back and forth about that, about like, you know, should you have a business account? Hold on a second. I want to copy something from my note section. Another thing I do is I copy a lot of these notes and save them in my note section. but now with Instagram, you can actually save those posts that you send a lot. And I'll say I don't send a lot of like form messages. Even if I like copy it and I save it for my thing, I don't really send a lot of the same message because I don't want to be that icky person. Like I don't want to be that person like that sends the same message to everybody. I want to connect with people genuinely. And I also look at like their last few posts and I might make a compliment about their kids or you know, something that if they shared a picture from dinner or something like that. Like I want to make a genuine conversation. Thanks. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. So this one is telling her thanks for watching my stories. And it's really kind of the same thing. Just asking her how she found me, why she follows me. Okay. All right, boom. So I'm connected with all new people I've never connected with before. So that is these are people that I'm going to be building relationships who will join my challenge groups later. All right. And I know they will because I've been doing this for 4 years. And I know if you're putting good content out there and you're building genuine relationships and you're asking people questions, that whenever they'll see your heart, they'll understand and they will want to join you. All right. Not everybody will, but I know that about every 1 to 2 out of 10 that I send a message to, they are going to be the people that end up following me. I mean, that end up joining me. Okay. So it's a numbers game. And guys, like it's a numbers game. And you just have to be talking to more people, adding more people, inviting more people, and following up with those people, and just trusting that if they don't want to join you now, and when you end that conversation with them, they're going to say no. Some people are going to say no. But I usually say, okay, I run a challenge group every single month. I try to find out why they don't want to join. And if they don't, see, I've already got people who are messaging me back from these messages that I'm just now sending. So it works. Like it works. There are people that want to connect with you and want to follow you. And we just have to get in the habit of doing it. And the more that you do it, the more that you will be confident in what you're doing. All right. And so every single day I'm sending these messages. Every single day I'm posting 1 to 2 times on social media. And I'm posting 7 to 10 times at least on my stories. Now, stories are different. In my Instagram posts and my Facebook posts, I've really gotten away from just like kind of going on the fly. Like one of the things I love to do is I love to plan out my posts for the week. And I do that. Here, I'll share my screen with you. I do that through a service called Planoly, and it's actually free up to a certain amount of posts, but I can actually schedule out my content. Like I can take a bunch of pictures, like a lot of the pictures that I took last week are pictures that I will use this week. You know, the pictures that you're seeing me post this week are not taken like usually that day. They're ones I've done in the past, and it just allows me to be more intentional with my message and with what I put out there and how I'm inviting. And I can't get logged into Planoly. Hold on just a second. Just a second. So. I'm going to show it to you though, because this is really important because I love it. Okay, let's see. Where you go? All right, can you guys see that? See my Planoly? This allows, it puts it in a grid for me. And so I can see what my posts will actually look like before I post them. It shows the posts that I've already made, and it shows the ones that I have planned out. And so like, honestly, like I sat down this weekend or actually a little bit while I was away at our retreat, and I just put some of my posts together. And I know that, like, one, my challenge group started Monday. I'm still going to be inviting people to that. That was my transformation post tonight. But we have a sneak peek happening tomorrow and Thursday and probably Friday, honestly. So I know that I want to make some posts about coaching because that's what we just came off of, was a weekend away at a retreat. So people were watching me and learning about what I do as a coach, learning about my team. Now, just because you weren't at a retreat or just because you didn't have a challenge group scheduled doesn't mean that you can't go ahead and plan out your focus for the rest of the month, you guys. Like, if you haven't started inviting to a challenge group, it's not too late. Mine started yesterday. You guys can still add people in there this week. And then I'm going to start another challenge group on the 19th. And so that will be like, it'll be Thanksgiving week, but we're going to start with prep week. So people aren't going to be working out and eating clean that week or expecting them to. But we'll start with prep week, and then they'll start their workouts the Monday after Thanksgiving. So if you have not hit Success Club, if you want to hit Success Club, then you need to be posting about your workouts. You need to be posting those workouts every single day in your stories. You need to be showing a picture of you drinking Shakeology at least 3 or 4 times a week in your stories. I don't say Shakeology. I don't post the picture of the Shakeology cup, but people know them drinking my superfoods, right? You need to be giving call to action posts in just once or twice a week. And if you're a newer coach and you're in that new coach training and you're just learning how to start sharing your story, don't let this overwhelm you. Just take it in, take notes, take mental notes, and you'll get into the habit of doing this. But really and truly, just leading by example. But I knew that I wanted to talk a lot about my team this week. I wanted to talk a lot about coaching, but I also wanted to sprinkle just regular old life in there. And so if you look at these posts that I have made, like Sunday was a post about being present with my family. Yesterday was just a really strong encouragement post about, girl, you are loved, so why not live like it? There was no call to action. So remember, I'm doing these posts in this order, like give, ask. All right. So the give is the encouragement, the entertainment, the inspiration. And then the ask is a call to action post. Last night, again, I wanted to give people an opportunity to connect with me over my story, build that trust, connect with people who are a lot like me. And so I made a post about my dirty boys and my imperfect life and being a mama. All right. It was a good post. It got engagement. Today was about asking. This morning, I talked about being a coach, and I made a post about being a coach. And if I inspire you, then you might inspire somebody else, and gave a call to action for people to come learn about coaching. Tonight's was a call to action post about joining my challenge group. It's Transformation Tuesday. I don't let a Transformation Tuesday go by without making a post. 9 times out of 10, it's my transformation because people are following me and they want to connect with me. But oftentimes I'll highlight my challengers or my coaches either in a post or in my stories, and I give a call to action. You know, this is my story. This is how my life has changed. Do you want to join me and change your own life, type of thing? And then these are the ones that I actually have planned out for the next few days. One is a picture from the retreat this weekend. I'm going to talk about the $140 I invested into my business and how I just am surrounded by a tribe of women who support me and make me stronger. This one, I don't have any notes with it yet, but I know I want to use that picture. And then this one is about it's an inspirational post about why I do what I do. It's not even going to be a call to action probably, but I don't have to sit around and say, okay, what am I going to post? I need to get a picture. I need to edit it. I need to put it up there. Planning out your week saves so much heartache and so much time. So if you're a brand new coach, you know what I would suggest? I would suggest that you post a couple of workout posts this week. Talk about why you're working out. How much time did it take you to work out? Like, what prompted you to begin working out at home? If you're a brand new coach and you're not ready to make that call to action post, you don't have to, but you've got to be showing people what you're doing and why you're doing it. So you can plan 2 fitness related posts, right? You can plan a post about what you're eating. Like, have you started to change the way you eat? What are 3 tips you could give people who are trying to transition from eating just anything and everything to transitioning to clean eating? Some people are so overwhelmed by that that they just don't even start. Maybe you can say, start small. Here's a recipe that I love to make every Tuesday on Taco Tuesday. Make a post about your family. What do y'all do for fun? Do you have Friday night fun night? Ask your followers, what do you do for fun on Friday night with your family? Create opportunities for people to engage with you. And that right there, that's 4 social media posts. You can fill in the rest, 3 or 4 other ones, with what's going on in your life. But give a call to action post at least twice a week and show people what you're doing. Your stories can be more real. They can be more raw, just in the moment. They don't have to be well thought out, well planned, but just make sure they have a purpose. Every post, every story should have a purpose, and don't let it overwhelm you. Let me answer these questions. Can I talk a bit about the fabulous pictures I take? I can, Sam, just a second. Brooke, do I share the same post on Instagram as Facebook? I typically do. On Instagram, I really feel like my feed should not just be clogged up with a bunch of just random photos. So on my Instagram feed, I really try to make it a little bit more visually appealing, right? And so like I don't want like 10 pictures of me working out. Like that's boring. People aren't going to keep coming back to see my sweaty selfies, right? So I really try to mix it up a little bit. I like to put in these white quotes in there. I like to put in pictures of me with other people. Like this one was a different one. It was just a picture of me with my kids, but the message was on target. And so like I'd really like to have I really want to have transformation photos in there pretty often so people can come to my feed. If they scroll once or twice, they kind of get this idea. Hey, she's into health and fitness. Hey, she's a mom. Hey, she is helping other people get healthy and fit. She has this tribe of women or family that surround her. And so when you on Instagram, you really want people to be able to come to your feed and within 1 or 2 scrolls, kind of have a good idea of who you are and what you do. And so Instagram, I aim to post just once to twice a day, but I really probably post more on Facebook than that. And honestly, I'm kind of in a place where I'm experimenting with it. And so like I do put different stuff on Facebook, but everything I put on Instagram, I do put on Facebook, but I might add a little bit more to Facebook page because I can post more there, I feel like. And I don't have it share them automatically. I'll post it on Instagram and then I'll copy that same post and I'll post it separately, because when you automatically share from Instagram to Facebook, they penalize you somehow. I don't know why or how, but it does. So I just, I copy the same post and wording and post it separately. How do I feel about Snapchat and using it for your business? I don't use it. I think Hannah, have you used Snapchat for your business? I'm not sure. I can't handle another thing, honestly. And I've never used Snapchat, so I'm not going to start now. But it's kind of the same thing, isn't it? Like as Instagram stories, like you post it and it goes away in a certain period of time. So honestly, if I was you, I would focus on, for your business, I would focus on building your Instagram following, because I think that's long term where it's going to pay off most. No, good questions. Please, please, please don't say I'm done. I want questions. The fabulous pictures I take, Sam, you're going to have to expound on that, because like I literally just practiced. Like, I mean, everything in this business is just practice. And I, for the longest time, was just a sweaty selfie girl. Like it was dark, it was grainy. For my pictures, I have a ring light. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I have this ring light. That makes all pictures beautiful. You don't have to have that. You can have there's these little clip-on lights that your phone that are like $10 from Amazon, and they come in all different brands, but it's just a little ring light, and it will actually clip onto the top of your phone, so that, yes, I'll talk about hashtags. So that, like if you're in a dark, I actually have this one too. Okay, I'm kind of the light queen, but like I just ordered this one recently for my desk. It was a little bit cheaper. This one was like $90. It is $90 now. The little ring light is like $10. This thing was like $50. You don't have to have all these lights, but I just have them so I can work in different places, okay? But just, I mean, if you don't have a light, just go outside to take a photo. Natural light is beautiful. And then what I do is I use a couple of different photo edit apps. I love Snapseed. is a good one. Snapseed is a really good one. It takes a little bit to kind of figure it out, but once you figure it out, it becomes easy and you just edit. And then Pick, Tap, Go is another one that they're both free. And I use those a lot too. But yeah, photos, my biggest suggestion is that, okay, again, I'm doing this Jenna Kutcher IG training, and she says that 80% of your photos should be of you. And it's true. Like, people don't come to Instagram to see pictures of like your feet or pictures of just your food. Like, they want to engage with you. And so, yes, we can share those types of things, but your photos that you post should be pictures of you. And honestly, gone are the days of just like selfies like that. Like, people aren't coming to see that. People want to see a glimpse into your life. And again, I'm not perfect, and it's still kind of a learning curve, but if you look at my posts, you kind of feel like you are actually looking into my life, right? So like, there are these where that my head's not even in there, but you know what I'm doing. Like, I'm working on my computer right here. This is one where somebody else was taking a photo of me. This is me with my kids, like a view of from my head, you know, to my kids. And then, so like, I do look at the camera, and I'm not saying don't look at the camera, but make it like, give people, like, help them to feel like they are actually stepping into your life. And that is, you know, people, that's, again, it's just a way that we tell our story. Don't let that overwhelm you and think, oh my gosh, like, I don't even know where to start. You just start by practicing. Like, have your kids, I swear, Henry Mitchell, my 9-year-old, takes the best photos of me of anybody, and I swear it's because of how tall he is, and he just takes photos. He doesn't overthink it. And so like, he'll take like 20 photos of me. I'm like, Henry, come take my picture outside of me doing this. And you know, like, it's just fun and it's silly, but we end up with at least one good photo, and I just edit it, I save it, I upload it to Planoly, and I know I'm going to use it later, right? And so I'll make a post about something totally unrelated. Like, it might be a picture of me, like, I don't know, like, there's one out there on the railroad. Like, I took that picture of us out on the railroad, and it was about the story. My message was about the fact that a lot of women don't even take pictures of themselves because they don't like the way that they look. But, you know, I was encouraging women to love their bodies and to capture those memories before they're gone. I didn't invite to a challenge group. I didn't invite to a coaching opportunity, but I showed people that, hey, I'm a coach. I'm out taking pictures for my business. My family's with me. I gave them a glimpse into my Saturday, and it was a way for me to encourage people. All right. And so you're going to find your voice. You're going to find your voice. You're going to find your message. So my message is definitely about encouraging women to love themselves, to look at their bodies the way that God looks at them, to love them not so they can be skinny and fit, but so that they can feel strong and capable to live out the lives God has called us to. And so that infiltrates all through my message. Now, did I get all that 4 years ago when I was a brand new coach? No. Like, I was struggling just to get, I sweated today, like I did the 21-day fix and post it and run away. Like, it was really hard for me to start posting and sharing my story because I didn't know what my story was. But as far as pictures, just give people a look into your life. Make sure that the picture is not grainy, that you're in the picture more often than not, and that you're just consistent in doing it. All right. So did that answer your question, Samantha? Did that help? Okay. Let's see. And I like to be real too. Like, I mean, I know your Instagram feed, the outside of it is supposed to be kind of like structured and have this clear message, but like, I don't want people to look at my Instagram feed and think that I'm perfect or that I have it all together. So like, I really like to show people real life too. All right. And stories help with that a whole lot. Okay. So hashtags. Jenna, what do you want to know specifically about hashtags? Like, how you use them in your post or how to use them to find other people? Can you tell me what you mean? Hashtags are important. I have on my phone, I have like a couple of lists of hashtags so don't ever post. Okay. So I don't post a ton of hashtags in my Instagram post, because they just kind of hide that and it really looks kind of bad. So if I make my whole long message and then before I post it, like I have like 30 hashtags, it's really busy and kind of turns people off. So what I do is I make the post, and then immediately, you have to do it pretty quickly. Immediately after you make your post, I save like a group of hashtags in my notes section of my phone, and I'll just copy it and I'll put them in the comments. And that's how people, so like if people search hot mess mama, then, and I've used it in my comments, and it's going to pop up. So Instagram is constantly updating that Instagram search feature. And so if we're using hashtags regularly, we're going to end up popping up in there when somebody goes to search something. And so that's the way that people find me, when I use hashtags. Now, if I want to go find other people, I go to that search function of Instagram, and I might put in, I don't know, what's unique to you? My Instagram's frozen. Okay. What's unique to you? What's your job? What's your job title, Jenna? Can you type it? She's frozen. Can you type it in there? Cute. They're so cute. Okay. Domestic violence coordinator. Holy goodness. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I don't even know what that means. Do you work like for a lawyer? No, you work for the city or something, don't you? You're a football mom. You are, let's see. There's lots. You're a yoga instructor. So, the state. Okay. So, I don't know, maybe you put like public employee or something like that. You know, that's kind of generic. But you want to search hashtags that are definitely unique to you. So for me, like I said, my boys do trail life. It's like a faith-based Boy Scout. So might search the hashtag trail life mom. When I do that, let me do it. I'm just going to do it right now. Trail life mom. It's going to pull up all the people who have used that hashtag recently. I think I typed it wrong. Trail life. Okay. Trail life USA. Some of these people use marijuana. Trail life troop. Okay. Let's see. Tags. I'm going to go to tags. Trail life. Okay, so I typed in Trail Life USA, and it brings up a whole list of people who have used that hashtag, okay? And so I'm going to go to this chick. She looks like a mom. She said she's putting on her son's officer shoulder, so she's a Trail Life mom. If I look at her page, she looks very normal. She has kids about the same age as mine. I'm just going to follow her. She follows me back. I'll write her name down, all right? So I can go back to that list and look at other people. Sometimes this tends to be like guys because it's Trail Life leaders. But a lot of times it's moms. Okay, so here's another mom that looks very normal. She doesn't look like she's a coach or anything like that. She shares pictures and stories of her family. Oh, she's adorable. Okay, so I'm just going to
go in exactly for the hashtags.
Do what?
So where do you go in exactly when you put the hashtags in to find these people?
At the bottom, if you go to your Instagram page, at the bottom there's that search button. Like a little magnifying glass, and you go up to the top and you type in whatever your hashtag is. So I might say history teacher.
Can you do the same with Facebook?
No. Okay. Facebook doesn't use hashtags like that, okay? History teacher problems. So I'm going to look for one that doesn't have like, if it has like a million usages, like numbers beside it, that's too broad. You want to get a little bit more concise than that. But I just put in like history teacher problems, and under tags, you click on tags and I click on it, it's going to show me everybody who's used that hashtag lately. And this is how people will find you too. So that's why it's important to put those hashtags under your posts more often than not. And so I can just go and I can look at whoever used that hashtags. You know, it does take a minute, guys. Like, I'm not saying you're going to do it and you're going to find like 500 people to follow, but it takes like going to their page, checking them out a little bit, seeing if it's somebody that you would connect with, and then not moving on. All right. Let's see. There's some strange people out there. Let's just say that. Let's see. History teacher life. Yeah, there's some cute little history teachers. So I can see who I would connect with, follow them if I want to. And then another thing is that you can go ahead and do the 5-3-1 thing. Like if you see someone that you seems normal, they're not a coach, you want to connect with them, you can follow them and then you can 5-3-1. You can like 5 of their posts, comment on 3 of them, and then send them a message that just says, hey girl, like I just found your page. I blew up your feed a little bit, but I totally connected with you and I just wanted to say hi. Okay. And so that's what 5-3-1 is. 5 likes, 3 comments, 1 direct message. And you don't have to say, hey girl, do you want to join my team or do you want to join my challenge group? It's a relationship building process. All right. You like, you comment, and you send a message and just say, hey, I found you. And so like you can build up to that process of inviting them to your challenge groups. And a lot of times, if you're consistent in your message, they're going to contact you first, or fill out your poll, or fill out your Woohoo application, your challenge group application. Okay. So like, it's just, I say like, I know we're inviting every single day, but the heart of my focus in my business is creating content that allows people to engage with me and building those relationships by genuinely commenting, genuinely messaging, and just building a relationship that way. And it just naturally falls into place that I invite them to my challenge groups or to my team. All right. Let's see. What else? It's getting late. I don't want to keep y'all for forever. What other questions do you guys have? Let's see. Invites. Obviously, inviting is the same thing. Like, I'm not here just to make a sale. I'm here to help people. And my life every single day on social media is living proof that what I'm inviting you to works. I do not have to be ashamed of inviting someone to doing something with me that I am doing myself. Christy Berry laughs at me, and I've said it for forever, but I'm not selling candles. Like, I'm not selling candles. Something that you're going to buy and set on a shelf and doesn't really enhance your life that much. I love candles. I have them all over my house, but I don't want to sell them because they don't give me purpose or meaning, right? But what I'm doing has purpose and has meaning, and we are living proof that what we're inviting people to works if we're doing it. That's why on this business activity tracker at the top is workout and drink Shakeology, because we can't do all this other stuff if we're not doing that for ourselves at the beginning and end of each day, guys. Okay, if we're just talking about it and we're not doing it, we have no credibility, no integrity when it comes to it. So that's why it's number 1. And when we do that, we're a whole lot more excited and inspired to ask other people to do it with us. All right. So we're making friends, we're being people's cheerleaders, we're inviting them to do what we're doing ourselves. And if they say no, it's okay. Like, it's okay. It doesn't mean I'm not supposed to be a coach. It doesn't mean that I'm not doing my job. It just means that they are not ready, or they don't understand yet, or they haven't seen me enough in their feed to get that this is stinking awesome. Right? Okay. And so another thing before we wrap it up, tracking is so important. Like, if you're doing all this stuff, if you're adding friends, you're following people, you're starting conversations, but you're not writing anybody's name down, it's just like you don't have a business, because you don't know who to follow up with, because you're going to send messages to people, you're going to start conversations, and they're going to get busy, and you're going to get busy, and you're going to forget who you talk to. But if I'm tracking every single day, and I'll show you, I have this binder. I track. There are so many ways to track. You can create a Google Doc, an Excel spreadsheet. You can write it down on paper. I have this binder that I use, and in the front, I have coach invites. And so I just write down the date, and I write down who I've talked to or invited that day. And if I need to, I make little notes. And then I flip over, and I have the same thing for challenge group invites, all right? And when they join, I highlight their name. But I know, like, if I sit down, I'm like, okay, I need to invite some people, or I need to follow up with some people, I could just open my binder, and I can go back and look and see who I invited and who responded and who didn't, all right? So don't rely on Facebook Messenger to do that for you, because you could, like, get kicked out of your Facebook page. I definitely encourage you guys to collect email addresses, because when you collect email addresses, you can track them in Google Streak or Google Excel. And then you can email people, because you never know what's going to happen with social media. You could get kicked out of your account, or something could go haywire. And so collecting emails is like the most effective way to track people and stay in contact with them. So tracking is important. Another couple things that are on this tracker, recognizing other people. I think it's really important let's see, recognize achievement is under number 3. It's really important that this business is not just about us. So you'll see me shout out a lot of people often in my stories. I try to do that every day. It might be a coach. It might be another entrepreneur who is not even related to my business, but she inspires me. It might be a challenger who just checked in and rocked her day, and if you don't have those people yet, just use people that are in your challenge groups. Like shout out Christy, or shout out Kelly, or shout out Angel for just logging our workout that day. It doesn't have to be profound, but we're cheerleaders for other people. And when people see that on our public page, they're going to know they're going to get that in our private challenge groups as well. Share non-scale victories that people have. Tag people in your posts. Feature a challenger of the week. There are a lot of ways to recognize other people. I'm going to go through this list. Obviously, engage in your challenge groups. That's really important. Following up with people that you've talked to. And guys, on this, if you're like in stories, I don't know what to do, this thing gives you a very specific examples of what you can share in your stories that are very simple. Personal development is not actually part of my power work, but personal development is something I never ever skip. Okay, it can be done listening on your drive to work. It can be done while you grocery shop. Sit down for 10 minutes and read a book. But this right here is going to make this so much more simple and make it more effective. All right. So that's kind of it. We are at 9 o'clock. Do you guys have any questions for me, or need any help with anything, or conversations or something? See, somebody asked me a question. Oh, that was Brittany. I'll get back with her. Does that help? I was a little all over the place, if we're being honest, but I kind of get excited about it. This document, again, this is in New Coach University. It's in our team page. It's a thing that tells you exactly what to post and what to do every single day. This is your business activity tracker. It's a little bit different. It does the same things, but these are just the things that you've got to do every single day. It's in your Coach Online office. It's in our team page. It's everywhere. If you need a copy of it, ask your coach, and they will make sure. But I have like 10 of these printed off. The business activity tracker covers a whole week. I have like 10 of them printed off. You can print them in black and white, doesn't matter, but just print it off. Check the boxes with purpose and with intention every day, and watch your business grow, guys. Like legit, watch your business grow. So know what you're inviting to. Are you inviting to coaching? Are you inviting to our November 19th challenge group? If you haven't, make a post about it. Not now, probably, because a lot of people are in bed. But that's your challenge. Like, make some posts and some content that you can build on to start connecting with those people. And you're going to do it every single day, because that's where credibility comes from, and showing up every single day. All right? Good deal? All right. That's all I got.